In today's video, we'll take a look at 8 times cops got owned by lawyers, so let's jump straight into it. 1. A woman was just taking pictures of a building when a cop approached her and said that she wasn't allowed to do that. He told her to come inside where they were going to identify her.
Our judicial order that says that you cannot tape this building.
Can I see that order?
Yes, come on in. We're going to check your IDs too.
Oh, no, I'm not going in.
Oh yeah, no.
When she didn't want to do that, the cop got aggressive and put her in cuffs. When she asked him if he was aware of First Amendment rights, he completely ignored her and continued to give her a hard time. The cop was acting all tough with this lady, but that wasn't the case when he was questioned by her lawyer, who called him out on his inappropriate behavior. The lawyer insisted that he remembers the exact policy that says that he's allowed to detain people for taking pictures.
He included that you're supposed to detain people taking pictures outside of the building. Right?
Unsurprisingly, the cop was confused by this question, and at one point he even cited some policy from 20 years ago. By the end of the video, this aggressive cop got completely owned by this lawyer, who did an excellent job explaining to him everything that he did wrong. 2. Here you can witness a lawyer exposing a cop's lies in the courtroom. First, he asked him about the movement of a pickup truck that he was following. The cop then went on to explain how the pickup truck switched lanes multiple times.
Tell me about that.
The vehicle moved from the fast lane to the center lane at one point in time, and then from the center lane to the curb lane, and then back to the fast lane, and then eventually exited the freeway, sir.
When the lawyer repeated what the cop just said, he got confused. Next, the lawyer was asking him to recall his answers regarding the lane switching back at the interrogation. The cop couldn't remember what he said, so the lawyer played a recording, where the cop explicitly said that the pickup truck was in the same lane the whole time. When the lawyer called him out on his inconsistencies, the cop got even more confused as he realized that he was just caught lying in the courtroom. 3. A cop was illegally detaining 2 people when the third guy called him out on his inappropriate behavior. He started asking the cop all sorts of questions, mostly revolving around reasonable suspicion.
What crime was committed? Who they say was watching? Who they said that did it? Who are you looking for? What's the person's name? What's the description of the person, officer?
Basically, the guy educated the cop about the law, saying that he can't detain people and asking for their identifications without reasonable suspicion.
He is free to go. He always free to go. And don't ask somebody else on how with their name without them committing crimes. That is illegal. Y'all time is almost up. All right?
Which the cop clearly failed to articulate. In the end, the cop had no other choice but to leave, looking all humiliated in the process. 4. This guy, who according to the description of this video is a defense attorney, was approached by a few police officers who had a problem with him filming a police station. He pointed out that he was in public and that he was absolutely allowed to photograph whatever he wanted.
I'm just filming.
Filming what?
Well, at the moment, you.
Yeah, but you're not actually allowed to film the
Are you
police
sure?
station, yes.
You sure?
The cops disagreed with that, and the female officer even refused to identify herself.
Well, I'm not going to continue talking
Why
to
are
me.
you filming?
Can you please identify? Yeah, I'm recording, mate. What's the problem?
Yeah, you are. There is no problem.
All right, so why are you approaching me like that?
At one point, they even mentioned something about hostile reconnaissance, but the guy just laughed, knowing full well that they got nothing on him.
But I would advise you not to, as it would be unlawful and you may be liable, yeah? And could you identify yourself? 1678, but you can...
The rest of this video is just this guy giving the cops free lessons in law. He also threatened to sue them if they continued to harass him. As the video progressed, you can see how the cops gradually realized that they were wrong, and that they chose the wrong guy to mess with. 5. Some people called the police on a lady saying that she was standing on their property. When the police arrived, they started questioning the lady.
And the entire membership of the Philadelphia Gun Club combined. So we would appreciate it.
She denied being on private property at all and pointed out that she was standing in a public place. The cop then shifted the entire conversation and asked the lady to turn off the audio.
Do you have the audio on those cameras?
Yes.
Okay, would you mind turning the audio off?
No, I don't need to.
Okay. You know,
This is where the lady revealed that she was actually a lawyer and that she knows for a fact that she doesn't have to do that. The cop's face changed color as he realized that he would have a hard time pushing his own law against the lady lawyer. He then proceeded to ask her to identify herself, which she refused because she didn't commit any crime. The lady lawyer kept educating the cop during this whole encounter, but he didn't want to give up despite knowing that he was wrong. The lady lawyer kept educating the cop throughout the rest of the video. He didn't want to admit that he was wrong, but he did change his tone and tried to explain himself in a calm manner. 6. We have a courtroom hearing where a lawyer absolutely destroyed this cop with facts. The lawyer got the cop to admit that he didn't see the man, Mr. Roberts, operating the truck, nor did he breathalyze him at the station.
See him operate any other motor or non-motor vehicle, correct?
Correct.
At the station, did you breathalyze Mr. Roberts?
The lawyer then completely owned the cop by saying that this was a clear-cut case of not having a probable cause. He went on to lecture the cop about needing 2 things for DUI, which are operation and under the influence. He pointed out that there was 0 operating and that they have nothing to show that Mr. Roberts was behind the wheel of that truck. Therefore, there wasn't a probable cause. 7. We have a lawyer destroying this cop at court so much that he just had to admit that he was wrong. We first learned that the cop gave a guy an implied consent form. Then the lawyer started lecturing him by saying that chemical tests only give presumptive evidence of alcohol intoxication.
You were trained during those 40 hours that you spent at the academy that the chemical test only provides presumptive evidence of alcohol intoxication, correct?
Not sure what you mean by presumptive evidence.
Well, you were taught how to do field sobriety tests.
The cop was confused by this, so the lawyer explained it to him very clearly and pointed out that he wasn't supposed to just stop the driver, suspect him of DUI, and then just drag him to the station. Instead, he should consider many factors other than the test alone.
Well, you were taught how to do field sobriety tests.
Yes.
What to observe for on the road.
Yes.
What to observe for on the driver. What to smell for. What to look for. So you don't just stop a driver, suspect him of DUI, and drag him to the station for a test, right?
In the end, the cop admitted that the test was made after he made his decision and that he already charged the driver with DUI before using intoxilizer. 8. A cop pulled over a car, and when the man got out of the car, he was clearly angry because, according to him, the cop pulled him over for blowing the horn.
Sir, go back into your car. I'll be with you in a second.
The cop told him to go back into his car and that he would be there in a second. The man, still pretty angry, told him to better check the registration on his plates soon.
Have a good day, Judge.
When the cop eventually did just that, he approached the man in his car. And this is when we learned that the man was actually a judge, which is why the cop immediately left him alone.
Have a good day, Judge. You bet.